Welcome to the screencast for the ParaReady web application. ParaReady is a self-evaluation tool dedicated to assess and enhance the readiness and inclusivity of clubs, coaches, or any other individuals in the parasports field. Users have the ability to participate in comprehensive surveys, each adhering to one of the numerous ParaReady principles that have been defined. This includes, but is not limited to, philosophy, pathways, promotion, and practice, as can be seen on the landing page. In this demo, I will walk through both the user and admin experience. So first, we will begin by taking a survey. So here I will fill out some generic information. Let's just say water polo. Perfect. So as we can see, those three sections that we saw on the landing page each correspond to a series of surveys. So we have perspective, planning, and programming. And then within each section, we have these subsections, I guess, if you will, that contain questions that relate to each section respectively. So I will quickly fill this out. And as we can see, users are prompted with a variety of different diverse questions, each relating to the overarching principle, which is listed at the top of every section. So that might range from scaled questions, multiple choice, radio group buttons, and I believe later we even have checkboxes. As we can see here. So we will probably get a low score on these survey results, considering we are putting very low scoring answers. So once we complete, users are presented with a result page, which, well, as the name mentions, basically has a summary of their results. So for each of the overarching principles that we listed previously, we have a summary of what percentage of questions we did well on or that we might still need to work on. So as we can see, as expected, we still need to work on a lot in programming and planning, and we actually didn't do too bad in perspective, but definitely not ideal. And accordingly, we have recommendations for each section. So since we scored very low on all of these sections, as we can see, not ideal, we have basically recommendations that are catered towards each section to sort of guide the club or the individual on becoming, I guess, more so ParaReady. So we have the ability to share the result, or we can save the result. So I will just demo saving. As you can see, we have a couple of these reports. So we'll just make a new report, which just summarizes in PDF form. If they wish to export this to their computer, they can keep sort of a persistent record of their results. Now, onto the admin side of things. On the front landing page, we have this admin button in the header, which normally prompts you to sign in, but since I've already signed in previously, it instantly takes me to the admin page. So as we can see, we have a summary of user IDs, their names, their emails, so just brief information about them. And when we click on the actual users, we can see the results that they've received. So we just entered this CATS. This is the new client. As we can see, we have their user information, so what we filled out, the sport, the involvement, what their position might be, as well as their results in each of these sections and the percentages for the admin to review. And we can just see some other clients. Clearly, they did a little bit better than us. So now I will just demo the backend side of things. We decided to stay with the sort of Django admin page, as it had pretty much all of the functionality we needed. So this is basically our backend where we can see the questions, the clients, the recommendations, their scores, pretty much everything. So the process to adding recommendations or sections is pretty intuitive. You can just add a section and it'll map to the front end, but for simplicity, I will just add a question and demonstrate how to add a question. So suppose we wanted a rating question. The name can be anything. We just have a convention at the front end for simplicity, but this name technically does not matter. Title, so we can do, say, how inclusive do you believe your club to be? Description about your club, let's say. And we can say not at all. Extremely inclusive on the maximum side of things. And we obviously need to mention which survey this belongs to, so we'll mention philosophy. And these other fields are, for the most part, they're not mandatory. These are really the only mandatory fields, like a description, or not even description, but just the type of the question and the title as well as the name. So yeah, we will just add these. And if we say a new client comes to take our survey, under the perspective section, we added it under the philosophy, we can see our new question. And similarly, if we delete this question, so upon refreshing, we will see that that question is no longer here.